Isabel Bloom is a manufacturer and retailer of handmade concrete sculptures made here in the Quad Cities. Isabel Bloom was the artist herself. In the 1960s, she had a little studio down in the village of East Davenport, not far from here, and she made all of her original sculptures out of clay, and then eventually they got poured into concrete. Donna Young, who is one of our current owners, was her protege, so she studied under Isabel, learned her technique, and Donna is our current designer. So we make all these beautiful sculptures here in the Quad Cities. They're all handmade, hand-finished, and kind of a special niche here in the Quad Cities. Most of our customers are Midwestern, from the Midwest. We do have customers in Florida and Arizona, California, some of where we find where the snowbirds go, because they once lived here. But our primary reach is here in the Midwest. We have 2 locations, and so we have 2 retail stores, one here in Davenport, one in Des Moines, Iowa. Our website, our e-commerce store, and then our production facility here in Davenport. I'm Jill. I'm the controller for Isabel Bloom. I'm basically responsible for all things financial, anything to do with numbers. We're a small business, so I wear many different hats here. We don't have a dedicated IT department or HR, so kind of dabble in those as well. And really look for ways of efficiency too, ways to save our company money, whether it's faster ways we can process our product through production to saving hours doing different jobs. Basically anything to control the costs of the company, reduce our overhead, therefore, increase the bottom line. That's what brought me to New West Tech. Our systems were really outdated, so I started exploring our options and ended up getting in touch with New West Tech and started our system conversion with them. Every day is a different day here because we're such a small company. Again, there's 2 owners and myself that are kind of the management here, and then from there we have a store manager and many different departments that function, but wear a lot of different hats. We used to be a lot bigger, and we used to have HR, we used to have an IT person. He retired, so we've used outside consultants, so not one of my days is the same. New West Technologies recently migrated us from our old outdated systems to a more updated integrated platform that utilized RMH, Modern Suite, Great Plains, and our WooCommerce website. Our old systems were just very outdated. We still used RMS, but we didn't use the RMS headquarters. We used a 2003 Access database kind of to integrate the 2. It wasn't supported anymore and was a very unstable platform. Our point of sale system was always going down, very inconvenient for our employees, customers, just not a good situation. We knew we needed to update systems, and that's where New West got involved and helped us out. An old business partner that I was talking to that was originally going to help us with the transformation, this kind of happened during COVID. They had a change of philosophy and they weren't doing that type of thing anymore. He actually said, "You've got to reach out to George Miche at New West Technology. He is the guy you need." So that's what I did. He just said, New West Technologies is the #1 RMH reseller I believe in the United States, is what he said. He's like, they're the experts on it, and George is the guy that will be able to figure out all of the different avenues you need to integrate your systems. We're a little bit complicated. We're a small business, but we kind of have a big business platform on how everything's integrated. We were lucky enough to have a custom IT person for 30 years that wrote all of our programs. He retired. So nobody really knows that software anymore. It's outdated, but it was very complex and did what we needed it to do. So we needed something new that was updated that worked the same and but more reliable. And George figured all that out. Basically, after a few conversations with George, I explained exactly what we were doing now, what we needed for the future, and kind of what we were looking at. And he said, "Give me a little bit," and he came back with a solution for us. And actually, I was just amazed in the short amount of time I spent with George explaining everything, the very innovative solution he came up with for us, and that's exactly what we're using now. So our previous systems obviously were very outdated, not supported any longer. Our registers were constantly going down, and with no IT on board here, we relied solely on an outside IT group, and they were here constantly. I can tell you the amount, basically they worked full time here, trying to get us back up and running, and that wasn't always the case. I feel like we were band-aided together most of the time, and the money we spent doing this was astronomical. And since we've switched over to the new platform New West has got us on, they haven't been here one time, and I can tell you the money we're saving from that. So probably within a year, we will have recovered what we have paid to New West Technology for this new platform. That's how much we were relying on an outside group. And we've had no issues with this, just very minor tweaks. We've wanted to improve things. I wouldn't say any problems, just little things we want to make detailed for us. And New West is always very responsive and right on board to help us out. Definitely would need to mention Josh. He was our lead tech person on the project, and he was amazing. I mean, I worked with Josh weekly. We'd have weekly Zoom meetings and weekly phone meetings and kind of fine-tuning the project for us, and very knowledgeable in RMH, and just a really great person to work with. I'm an accountant, I'm not real techie, and he talked at my level, and I mean, honestly, just a person I could have a conversation with. And Josh came during our Go Live week. We couldn't have done it without him. He helped us get up and running, and I just can't say enough about Josh. I do not think I would have survived this transformation without him. So he's awesome. He really is. And honestly, everyone I've dealt with at New West has been great, from Savannah, who does the billing, and Eric, the project manager. They're all very responsible, very responsive, and just super great to work with. I definitely would recommend the New West team. New West Technology is the leader in the RMH, so if you're considering RMH, I think it's a no-brainer to call them. But I guess what I would recommend even more, which I didn't fully understand at first, is they have a product called Modern Suite, and that's what we heavily rely on. It's just made RMH that much more user-friendly. They have a browser version of Modern Suite that pretty much we live in day to day. It makes our day-to-day operations so much easier, so much quicker. They've kind of streamlined it. They understand RMH enough to know what are the hang-ups there, and they've made this product to make it that much easier. This new transformation has literally streamlined our operation. I'm actually down a couple people in the office right now. I don't even know how I'd be keeping my head above water, but the fact that we've streamlined operations right now, our production area, it definitely has increased efficiency as well as customer service. The RMH point of sale has been really easy to learn for our staff. Our staff was up and running with it after just a couple of short training sessions. Very user-friendly. We went live on a Friday, and so no management here on the weekend. Told them to give me a call if they had any issues, no phone call. So that to me was the first indication. The registers have not went down one time since June 1. And you've got to understand, our old system, we were multiple times a day. So that in itself is a huge difference. Our employees love it, super easy to use. And these were employees that were skeptical of change, and now they're coming up, Jill, this is so easy to use. So our employees are super happy. The integration with Modern Suite's another huge benefit for us. It's replaced our Access 2003. I would say, our custom platform we had before in our production area. I believe they looked at RMH and said, how can we make it easier for the end user? And that's exactly what they've done. I've learned both. I know how to do a transfer in RMH and a transfer in Modern Suite. I wanted to learn both to evaluate it for myself, and it's far easier to use the Modern Suite software and train our employees on it, and that's all I do now. I've trained our employees both ways. How, you can do a transfer this way in RMH, or we can do it Modern Suite, just kind of at the beginning testing phase. It's a no-brainer. They all chose Modern Suite, and that's all we use now. We live in the web browser version of Modern Suite. Our transfers, our purchase orders, we create a purchase order, pull it up, receive it, the barcode labels print out automatically, and boom, it's on the product in the warehouse. And it's just so much more efficient. A huge efficiency we gained is we barcoded all of our products. Prior to this upgrade, all of our products were manually looked up in our point of sale. They had no tag at all. So if we wanted to sell an angel sculpture, you had to type in angel and search amongst 50 angels to find it. With the help of Josh at New West and the Modern Suite, he created a barcode label for us, and we barcoded all of our existing product. Now we're not fumbling around in the register trying to find something, keying it in manually amongst 20 other products. Now we pull the product up, take the scanner, boom, it's up on the register, we check it out, they're on their way. The customer's happy, a quicker checkout process, our employees are happy, they're not fumbling around trying to find something. It's just improved the checkout process, 75%. And we can get on to the next customer that much quicker. We do utilize the mobile version of Modern Suite as well. These scanners, we actually, upon go live, did a physical inventory. We hadn't done one in a few years because our custom system was broke. We didn't have the ability to, so this was huge to us. And we scanned all of our inventory. I didn't really know what to expect. Prior to this inventory, we'd be scanning inventory for 8 to 10 hours. I'd be in my office at midnight waiting for them to be done. So we rented a ton of scanners. It took 2 hours using the mobile scanner and Modern Suite. 2 hours. Everything was scanned and in our system. Prior to this, we were scanning it, like I said, for 8 to 10 hours. And then we had to hand key all the inventory. That took another 5 to 6 hours with multiple people. Prone to human error. This was scanned in 2 hours correctly in our system, ready to analyze the results of it in 2 hours. It honestly sounds too good to be true, and it was. So we will be utilizing the mobile version going forward for our inventory. We may use it for transfers, too, if it's just 1 or 2 pieces. Again, the web version is what we will utilize the most, but we will definitely utilize this with our inventory as well. And this digital transformation has definitely helped make our employees happier, our registers are not going down, our customers are happier, our checkout process is improved, our WooCommerce customers are happier, they're getting their orders shipped more timely. The process has sped up immensely, so we ship things quicker, they get them delivered quicker, and with less errors. We've taken all the manual out of it, and it's just a very streamlined process now.